My name is Adriane Jefferson. I'm from the state of Connecticut Office of the Arts, and I work as an arts program manager for the state. I am responsible for professional development services for artists and arts organizations. I'm responsible for funding, so different programs and grant opportunities, and making sure that people have access across the entire state of Connecticut.
What are the objectives of the Connecticut Office of the Arts? What's your mission?
We pride ourselves on Ready, which is relevance, equity, access, diversity, and inclusion, and that comes directly out of our strategic plan. So everything must align to Ready. How are you being relevant to your community? How are you creating participatory and contextual activities across the state that support the arts and that support the culture?
So how ready is Connecticut?
They're ready. Some of them are ready. I believe that sometimes change is really difficult. And I think it's about getting people to understand what we mean when we're saying ready. So a lot of times people think, oh, because you look at the words, relevance, equity, access, diversity, inclusion. So you think probably at first race and ethnicity, but we're not just talking about that. That's a huge item, but we're also talking about geographic diversity. We're talking about age. We could be talking about veterans. How are you serving these different communities, marginalized groups, and other? So when people have an understanding of that, they're more receptive. We understand that across the state of Connecticut, not every community looks the same, right? So based on in the shoreline area, and maybe even in the Woodbury area, it's not gonna look like Hartford, Connecticut, and it's not gonna look like New London, Connecticut. So that's why we have this initiative of Ready, to make sure that everyone has access.
Given the economy, is there support for the money invested in the arts through the Connecticut Office of the Arts?
That's a great question. And you know what, to be honest, what we need to do is start to move the needle from people believing that arts is just nice. It's not just nice. It's absolutely necessary and important to our economic infrastructure. We bring a lot of money back into the economy through arts. For every $1 investment, it's a $7 return. And I think when people start to understand the numbers and they start to do the research, they will understand why it's important for us to exist, to be able to support this growing infrastructure of arts across the state.